Hi guys, I wish you a warm welcome to Usitility. Do you know what? We are on the way to discover how to play Magnum Quest on PC. Now you are able to display it on screen. It will be possible to efficiently download and install Magnum Quest so that we can enjoy your game on the Windows computer with keyboard, mouse and big screen. Then it's time to have fun. Let's get to it. Before anything else, my friends, to get started we need to launch our main browser. We have here the one we prefer. Let's continue, going to that URL that I have highlighted in green color. Now, you are able to see on the screen. You don't need to type anything, simply because there's a clickable link in the description of this video and the first pinned comment. We ended up on this page on the site of Usitility, in which we find here a detailed description on how you can obtain Magnum Quest on laptop or computer. We search lower a little bit and then click on the Download Game on PC button. After clicking on that link, we land here on the site of BlueStacks. No panic, it is simply the Android emulator that we are going to use to enjoy the game Magnum Quest on PC. As you can discover from here, we get some pros of preferring the emulator. So we are on the way to proceed to download the Magnum Quest by simply clicking on this button Play on BlueStacks that you can see here in green. Next step is clicking on this button. Of course, the download starts and ends immediately. Voila! Here is located the download. It is an executable file. What we have to do now is to launch the executable file, so we have to click on the file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to allow changes to the laptop or device. We clicked yes. I minimized the web browser to view the installation software considerably better. The installation software is really easy to follow. It includes a couple of possibilities: install and setup path. I will explain what setup path does. We basically click it, and then we discover that we have now here the path in which the emulator can be set up. If we wish to change this directory, we have to click on that Browse option, and therefore we decide on another folder and install the emulator precisely where we would like. I prefer to set it as it is. Then, I click on Back, and therefore I pick Install. Great. The install begins and it is going to commence in the download of these megabytes that are shown on our computer screen. As you download it, it could possibly be a little bit more or less MB. The download speed will go at a higher speed or slower, based on your web access and depending on the data transfer rate of the emulator hosting servers. Right now they are working extremely fast. The download is completed, so at this time it continues on with the setup procedure. The installation will take more or less time based on the strength of your laptop or computer. The more robust it actually is, the faster the installation time and or vice versa. If we combine the download and software installation stage, it usually takes quite a while, so be patient. It has now completely finished on my side. At this time, the emulator has actually been launched successfully. As you can see now, at the bottom of the screen, there's a progress bar which will move forward to the right, and once it gets to the end, the emulator is going to be started for the first time. Believe it or not, the emulator is already launched, there for the very first time. Before we continue on, as you understand, it made a couple of app icons there on the PC desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks multi-instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon will be the one we're concerned with. Every time we have to launch Magnum Quest on our laptop or computer, we double mouse click on this specific software icon and as a result start the emulator. The BlueStacks multi-instance app icon isn't about multiplayer or even nearly anything like that. In fact, it is an app icon that we would most certainly never work with. Let me make the following step, which is actually a must-have, and this is to access the Google Play Store. As can be seen, the Google Play is presented. Right here we are required to log on. Currently, the moment we are on this page, we must definitely execute the next step, which is compulsory. Therefore just click on Sign In. At present it announces, checking info. It may once in a while get stopped at, checking info, that's why it does not move forward. In that case, you should try to connect to your account. After a number of hours it's going to almost certainly be fixed. At present we shall insert our username and password. The email address must be a Gmail email and its matching password. As an example, you can utilize the exact same email address you use right now in your own YouTube account. So I will type in my information and I will return when I have accomplished it. Voila! Information inserted. Discover Google welcoming us and supplying us their terms of service. We are going to agree to all of them by just pressing, I agree. Then, it allows us to backup to the Google Cloud. You can also keep it selected and it will create a backup of your data files on that device to Google Drive. I won't select it. You do what you want. We click on Accept. The Google Play Store is started automatically and completely on its own. To set up the application, we need to go to the emulator desktop by simply clicking the app icon designated green color. At this point that we are exploring the desktop of this emulator for Android, we notice that we find here the Install Game button. We simply click on this button. On this page we access to the video game. Let's just click now on the Install button that I'm displaying now in green color. This action will initiate the setup. Straight away it would install the game. It usually takes a little while or perhaps it might well be very quick. That all is determined on our connection to the web. It has just ended installing. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by simply clicking on this particular option I'm emphasizing in green, in order to launch Magnum Quest for the first time. We should press on that My Games choice just above. I am at present on the emulator desktop, and as a consequence we're preparing to just click this new Magnum Quest icon which has been provided. That Android game is launched for the very first time. So there we end up with it. I can click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I am going to talk about the volume level of that emulator. This is right here. We have the icon of higher volume and the icon of lower volume. This way we are not going to use the Microsoft Windows volume to increase or decrease the sound of this emulator. And also to appreciate the experience to the max, we will activate the large monitor, for which we have two options. This one is simply the first one. We mouse click on that app icon that I am actually mentioning in green color. Thus the display screen is maximized, coming with one border on top, one at the right and one at the bottom. If ever we aspire to have fun with the application using all the screen, we click this icon. And we'd at present be experiencing and enjoying the Android game in 100% screen mode. To exit the full screen setting, just click the F11 key. And so we would undoubtedly at present play in standard display screen mode. At this point, I am ready to demonstrate to you the computer keys mapping, and that is certainly very interesting. This strategy we definitely will be in a position to make use of the game app a lot more easily. The first thing is to press this application icon. It's now time to get the recommended controls. I'll go ahead and leave the default configuration. However, if you intend to adjust that, you may well do it now without any problem. Obviously, the emulator is absolutely in our language. Once in a while it occurs that your emulator is launched in the wrong language, as an example, in Japanese. And as a result, to set it up in the correct language we click here to the cogwheel. So right here inside of many other controls, we just click the language drop down. We could choose the language we like, Italian, Mandarin, and so on. When the language is decided, we could save, the emulator would reboot, and the Android game, next time we run it, would also be in the opted for language. Right now, you will find another element that we have to take into consideration, and this is that we will receive a message from Gmail indicating that a brand new electronic device has been associated with our own Google account. It definitely will question us if we are the individuals who have connected that electronic device. That's right, we must not get worried, since the emulator is simulating an Google Android tablet or smartphone. And in order to identify which electronic device is currently being emulated, we come back right here, to the cogwheel, and we just click on it. Be sure to browse here to the model choice. And now we observe that the emulator is simulating a Samsung cell phone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it, guys. So much for that video user demo. I sincerely hope you appreciated it, especially that you found it handy. If that is so, allow it a nice thumb up, subscribe, and I will be happy to answer your feedback, questions or ideas. Put them in the comment field below. You may also leave a remark on my Twitch channel. I actually do live streams occasionally. You get it down below in the video description and in the first pinned comment. Just click on any of these online videos that are appearing on the list of videos to watch, and see you in the upcoming instructional videos. Bye.